Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Josie with Awakened Soul, and we're here for a reading about the person on your mind and your connection to each other. Today's reading is going to focus in on this person's last thoughts about you and how they were feeling. So the last time they were thinking about you, what exactly was going through their mind, what emotions were they experiencing? We are going to unpack that in your reading here today. Maybe this reading found you after an important conversation, maybe you had a dream about them, or your gut could have just told you that something was going on and it was time to do a check-in. We're here to see what was going on with your person. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting because I specifically had that message for some of you. You could have just had a dream or some kind of download about this person right before this reading found you. And then we have the High Priestess coming out as the first card. So maybe the two of you were connecting in that way, or you were sending intuitive communications towards one another. Or maybe your person just had a dream about you or something like that. That could also be the case. Let's get some more info out. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords. The last time they were thinking about you, I believe they had some sort of a revelation come through, or they saw something clearly, maybe for the first time, and then I just heard diluted. So there could have been something with their perception of you or within this connection where they were looking at it through like a diluted lens. Now they can see things clearly. It's not confusing to them anymore, okay? Let's get more info out though. What was this person thinking about? Whoop. Wow. Okay. We have the World. Ooh, okay, hold on. Jeez. Because we have Justice coming out. The Tower wants to pop, as well as the Fool. And then we're going to leave that there for right now. I'll pull more cards if I need to, you guys. Jeez. So if this reading found you, it definitely found you during an important time for your person, because, well, first of all, of the, how many cards do we have here? I think 6. Of the 6 cards, 5 of them are major arcana. So like I was saying, this could have been a pretty big revelation for your person. What was going on with them? They just saw some sort of pattern or cycle that's been going on either with them specifically that's impacting you and the connection, or the connection itself. So if you feel like you've been on this merry-go-round with this person where you're going around and around and around again with a certain pattern, wound, cycle, issue, you name it, it's like for the very first time they saw that crystal clear, like they couldn't deny it anymore. I don't know if it came through via a sign, a vision, a signal from the universe, or if it's just something that sprung up from within them. But for the very first time, I believe, they saw things clearly. And it hit them like a freight train, as I love saying, because that's such a good analogy for it. It struck them like lightning. Like it was almost like in an instant, your person could see how impactful this cycle has been between the two of you and how important it is to close that out, stop it, learn the lesson, heal the wound, move past it, or try something different. So if this is about just your person and it's not something like the two of you are going back and forth with together, it's definitely impacting your connection. I can say that much. And maybe it's been following them for a really long time and they realized it's time to put an end to that. They need to stop it. So a great example would be trust issues. If your person struggles with trust issues or something along those lines, maybe that's something that's followed them for a really long time, and for the first time they just were able to see how much that's impacting your connection. It's throwing things off balance, it's creating fights, it's creating issues, and they're like, okay, it's time to try something new. It's time to try something different. And it doesn't have to be trust issues. That was just the first example that came to mind. Although that's a pretty common one and it can be quite impactful, especially in romantic relationships. So that could resonate with some of you out there. But anyway, this person basically, the last time they thought about you, they thought about how some sort of cycle was impacting you and this connection, whether it stems from just them or if it's something both of you are like bouncing back and forth with. And they're like, okay, this has got to stop. I have to try something different. I can see the light. I see things clearly, and we're going to try something new. So that was coming out. Let's see what's coming next in this connection. Let's see what is coming next in this connection, please. What is coming next in this connection now that this person has had that realization? What is coming next, please? There we go. Must have needed to be one specific card. It's the Hierophant. Sometimes I laugh in readings, you guys, because I can see almost how my divine team like jokes with me. To explain better, we were just talking about learning lessons and ending cycles and moving forward. That's literally what we were just talking about. And if there's like a card that summarizes that, it's the Hierophant. I take the Hierophant sometimes as like a great teacher, and that can be in the form of important connections, right? You and your person could be great teachers for one another. Maybe you have a soul connection or some sort of soul contract with each other, where you just so happen to trigger each other's wounds or work as mirrors for one another to understand your shadows, heal things, work through things. So more of that is coming in this next chapter for sure. The lessons are being learned. You're teaching each other a lot. Maybe this is something both of you, I just heard the word novice. So maybe both of you feel new going forward in this type of connection. Now that this realization has been had and the cycle is coming to a close, maybe the connection is going to feel new, like you're walking around in a place you've never been before, and you're kind of learning and going through the motions as you go. That might be what the next chapter feels like for the two of you. You're kind of learning as you go. You're adapting. You're teaching each other. I'm getting a strong 3 of Pentacles energy from this, where the two of you are like treating this as a mutual goal and you're teaming up together to accomplish it, okay? So there's probably going to be a lot of teamwork in the next chapter between the two of you. Let's get a few more cards out. Communication is going to be really important. So maybe that's one of the issues the two of you will be working out together, especially if one or both of you struggles with being communicative, especially during the difficult times. Communication is one of the most important like foundation stones of any relationship. Being able to articulate yourself, explain yourself, comprehend what the other person is going through and experiencing and trying to communicate with you. It's very important, okay? And it's not always easy. Sometimes communication, especially in romantic relationships, can be difficult, especially if it's a stressful thing you have to talk about or work through. But I see the two of you working on that together, getting better at communicating your needs, your desires, your thoughts, your feelings. I see improvement going on there. Some of you may be thinking about getting some type of counseling or like external support as well, so you can be better communicators, educating yourself online, looking into things, getting help and support. Okay, hold on. Whew, okay, that makes sense. All right. There's another side message coming through, and this one is exciting. I'm happy for you guys. We have the 10 of Cups. We also have the Empress, and we have the 6 of Pentacles, okay? So there may also be some financial blessing coming in for this connection. Somebody might be getting a promotion, or finances are just going to be increasing a bit for the two of you. You're going to be leveling up simultaneously, or someone in this connection is having a financial blessing coming through, which is actually helping this connection move forward. So maybe that was one of the stress points. Somebody could have been stressing out a lot recently about their financial situation. That's changing in the next chapter. And I just heard magnet. So one of you maybe almost acting as like a money magnet in a lot of ways. And that can happen sometimes as we raise our vibration, as we heal, as we grow, as we level up. Naturally, as we level up, the universe sends us higher vibrational experiences and things. We do sort of act as like a magnet towards our desires, like better things coming into our life. So I'm really not shocked here. Whatever lesson this is, whatever cycle is closing out has been a big one. It's been an impactful one. And so when that's finally cleared, it's natural that as a byproduct for that, you're going to have better things come your way. So congratulations. That's good. I love to see that. We're going to get a couple of messages out for you now to close the reading out. If you are still here and you've been enjoying the reading and you haven't gotten a chance to yet, I would love it if you would like the video, subscribe if you're new, and you can always comment your story or your situation down below for the collective if you feel called to share. Your first message is the B with productivity. It is time to examine your productivity. Disorganization and indecisiveness may be causing you to miss opportunities. Take a moment to prioritize your goals and get a clear view of how to get where you want to go and what it will take to get you there. Okay? And then your affirmation of the day, I will hold up for those of you who want to affirm it with me. I release all negative thoughts about the past and all worries about the future. That is a good one. Why worry about something that hasn't happened yet when you can just as easily choose to believe that it will all work out? Yeah, that's a good one. And I looked up and it was 11:11 on the timer. No kidding, you guys. So that's a good one. If you need a moment to rewind it and comment it, reread it out loud, whatever you need to do, you're invited to do so because that is a great affirmation. I'm going to leave your reading here though. Thank you so much again for joining. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day or night. And until next time, bye for now.